Welcome to another episode of Amanda Makes a Mess. After last week's video, I want to keep this one short, so I'm not filming an intro like I would usually do. We're just going to jump right into the video. This month is Mermay. This will be the third time I have done Mermay. I have never finished it before. I usually get sick of drawing mermaids halfway through, but we'll see what happens. For this first drawing, the word was angelic. And immediately I thought of an angelfish. So I wanted to draw an angelfish, and I wanted to do a mermaid with kind of, I guess, the color scheme from an angelfish as her tail, because I couldn't quite figure out how to make her tail the shape of an angelfish because they're so wide and they have those fins coming off like the top and bottom, and it just didn't quite translate into a mermaid. As you can see, I also wanted to give her wings, but the wings ended up not working out. Uh, I got a little too overly ambitious with this one, I think, because it was the first one. And I did have to work this day, I think. So I didn't have as much time as I wanted to do it. I do actually like the result. And I didn't give her hair on purpose because, like I said, she was supposed to have wings. And I thought the long flowing mermaid hair and the wings would have been a little too much. So she just ended up bald, which I actually like. I think it shows off her ears better, or her head fins, whatever those are. Uh, and in the end, I did actually ended up just cutting out the angelfish just because I didn't have time to add it into the um, drawing. I think, like I said, I really got a little too ambitious with this one, and I tried to do too much in too short a time. For day 2, the prompt was eager. I think mine came off more as excited instead of eager, but right away I knew that I wanted to do a birthday party kind of thing and have like a little mermaid child like in the background while the adult was cutting the cake, looking all excited and eager for a birthday cake. Uh, but I ended up cutting out the adult mermaid except for her hand because like with the last one, I had to work that day, and I did not have as much time to work on this as I would have liked. This is another one where it didn't come out quite as I wanted. I ended up just giving her straight hair, and she's kind of Ariel colored instead of going with my original plan. But I don't hate it, and I did end up having some time to play around with some brushes I hadn't used before with this one, so that was kind of nice. The prompt for day 3 was sweet, and I wanted to go really simple with this one since the last 2 had been so detailed. And I ended up just doing a sugar cookie type thing that was decorated to look like a mermaid. I'm not sure that my idea quite came through in this one, but I mean, it is a mermaid, so it does still count, I guess. Day 4 of Mermay, as always, the prompt was Star Wars. I am not a huge fan of Star Wars. I have actually never even seen the movies because whole concept, it just does not interest me at all. Um, I feel like I probably should at least watch the original movies just to uh so I can say I've seen them, but whatever. I'll put that off as long as I can. Um, anyway, so every year for Mermay, the 4th, the prompt is Star Wars, and this maybe doesn't fit the prompt, but this was my reaction when I saw it this year. Because, like, seriously, do we have to do that every year? Day 5 was either lunchtime or lunch break. I don't remember right off the top of my head which one it was. So I knew I wanted to draw a mermaid eating lunch, uh, but I didn't know how I wanted to go about that. And the only thing I could think of to have her eating for lunch was fish. Because, I mean, what else does a mermaid eat? They've got to eat fish, right? Or maybe sea plants or something. I don't know. But this one was eating fish. And then I thought, okay, if she's eating fish, what happens if a fish sees a mermaid eating fish? Are all the fish afraid of mermaids because they eat fish? Or would it be like half cannibalism for a mermaid to eat fish? Because, I mean, you know, a mermaid is half fish. So would that be cannibalism? Has anyone ever actually thought about what mermaids eat? Uh, but in this one, I decided to make it like a little comic, and I got to play around with some brushes that I had never used before, which was nice. And yeah, that was about it. I liked this concept, and I liked the way I did the mermaid and the fish, and I wasn't unhappy with the writing. I should have used like actual text, but whatever. But I think I should have done the background differently because she blends into the background. For day 6, the prompt was Sunday. Um, I kind of just took sun out of Sunday and went with that instead of using Sunday. And I drew a mermaid sitting in the sun on a rock, although, I mean, I guess she could be sitting in the sun on a Sunday. That kind of works out too, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, this actually ended up being my favorite one that I have done up until this point. I think right now we're on day 12, and this is still my favorite one. Um, there are some coming up that I do like a lot, but this is what I really like. I also kind of used the sun as my color scheme for this one. I gave her yellow scales, or yellow tail, yellow fin, yellow bra thing, yellow hair. I do wish I had done more shading on the hair. It looks kind of flat compared to everything else, but I'm not completely unhappy with it. I gave her dark skin to contrast with the light yellow, and then I just kind of played with brushes to get some texture on the rock, and I discovered a nice brush to make the ocean in the background and the clouds, and I think the background actually came out really good on this. For day 7, my first idea was to do like an American traditional tattoo style pinup girl from like the 1940s, 50s, something like that, like a vintage style tattoo. But that's one art style that I really have a lot of trouble drawing in. Uh, I haven't figured out why yet, but it didn't work. So I looked up the definition of provocative and found it said like to provoke or provoking or something like that. So that ended up being what I went with. She's provoking the shark to eat her. Like I don't know why, but that's the only thing I could come up with. I hate her face. Her face just looks terrible. Uh, I love the shark though. I love the way the shark turned out. I've never no, I have drawn a shark once before, but I that mermaid's just I don't like. So this one was day 8, and normally I try to get through Mermay without drawing Ariel because she's kind of the stereotypical mermaid that everybody goes to when they think mermaid or they want to draw a mermaid or something like that. So I tried to stay away from her, but the prompt was mermaid eye as a friend. I didn't want to do that, so I just drew Ariel instead because I couldn't really think of anything else to do. Um, and some of these drawings, you'll see these little pictures over at the side. That's because they're either my reference photo or because I'm pulling colors directly from uh, those those little images and putting them into my drawing because I'm trying to get the color more accurate. And I'm pretty new to Procreate, so getting everything the way I want it to be is a little difficult sometimes, especially the color. For day 9, the prompt was superhero. When I draw superheroes, I usually gravitate toward the Marvel ones, so I decided to do DC for this one. And lately, I've been watching the show on Netflix, the cartoon called DC Superhero Girls. So for this drawing, I decided to do Wonder Woman from that show, which you can see right here in this little image that I was using to pull colors from. You can see what she actually looks like. My version is not an exact replica of her, which I wasn't trying to do that. That's not what I wanted to do. But that's what my version is based on. And I think it actually did come out pretty good. I did have some trouble with her hair. Uh, I couldn't do it all in one piece like I usually do. I had to split it up and do like different sections of her hair on different layers to get it to look the way I wanted it to. Um, this is also the first time I've ever tried to draw armor, I think. And drawing something for the first time in Procreate when I'm used to doing traditional artwork was uh, a little difficult. So I am pretty happy with the way it turned out. I never would have thought to draw Wonder Woman as a mermaid, so that's something new. Uh, yeah, I guess that's about it. But yeah, you can see in the corner there, that's what she looks like from the DC Superhero Girls cartoon. And then this is my version. So for day 10, the prompt was safe. And in this one, I have these two guards keeping this little girl who's probably like a princess or something safe. Um, I think this is the last one I actually did based on the prompts. So, yeah, I'm not gonna. After last week's video, it wasn't so long. I want to keep this one short, so I'm not going to record an outro. I'm just going to end the video here. So like always, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, whatever, anything helps. And there will be at least one more mermaid video, but probably two. The first one will be the week after next, and then another one probably 2 weeks after that. So, if you've stuck through this far, thank you for watching, and I upload every Saturday at noon, so I will see you next week. So, goodbye.